Man, okay. I'm gonna try to break down some of this stuff here, best of my ability. But all right, first thing I'll talk about here is the fact that over in South Korea and North Korea, there's this little skirmish going on, right? And the that's not suspect. The fact that there's a skirmish in North Korea when this guy is always fucking threatening and having a hissy fit, right? But what is suspect is that it's happening while there's an American drill going on there at the same exact time frame. And that's also a good place to be some strategic location if shit pops off with this China explosions. And the fact that there's been multiple explosions now. That's pretty crazy. Because the fact that they did what I saw in the video game, the Modern Warfare Ghosts, is what I saw basically on the screen, because I even described it, that it hit here like this and blew out here like this. It's almost like pool. It went in at this angle, blew out at another angle. And then on Pete Santilli's show, he said there was two holes. That would account for two holes, right? If it went in, burrowed, blammed out this way. You know what I'm saying? Which, I don't know, maybe they do got that technology. They make them deep underground military bases, right? So, or for instance, you see that movie, there was a movie, Alien versus Predator, where they found a pyramid under the ice in Antarctica, and they shot a beam from a fucking telecoms satellite, and it shot a hole at that same angle as that thing came down, that came out, or it shot a beam in. Say they shot a beam to make the hole or something. I'm not even sure how this thing would even work, but it's just crazy, that effect that I saw there, and some of those implications that it's gonna have, man. Once you find out what is that, that's crazy. It's crazy business there, man. But basically, what I see going on, it's like almost like it is Operation Tropic Thunder, where they got all these fiery events going on. Where because I saw this thing in Japan. Professor Doom, I think 2 channel, had a video where it showed this guy recording this explosion way off in the distance, and it was on a military base. There's another fucking key point, is that this explosion's going off, and it literally looked like fireworks. You know what I'm saying? It even sounded like fireworks, which would if this is some kind of hoaxery, you know what I'm saying? That would go to, say, the lying signs and miracles. You know what I'm saying? Lying signs, false miracles, and wonders. That's would account for that. Here's another thing this is reminiscent of. It's when the merchants stand off from afar and watch the smoke of Babylon, and all the merchandise on fire, watching it. Is this a ritual to get to? Is this a step up to this event? You know what I'm saying? Where or is this Is this provocateuring, where they're doing all these weird saboteurish type things, and they're provoking nations. Like someone. It looks like someone's attacking, kind of. But then and then you got it all tied up into that. It's crazy, man. The Spawn movie, how it does connect to these explosions, especially. But what's crazy is today I seen something come on Alex Jones' channel, and it was a Rob Dew little piece, and he was talking about the Burning Man ritual, right? Where they had this big wicker man. Like there's a movie with Nicolas Cage where it shows you where that comes from, where they used to throw people inside of these things, these pyres, and burn them. And listen, to ritually burn something like that is actually, if you define that in Jewish terminology, it'd be called Holocaust. A Holocaust is when you burn things, but they make an effigy just like they do at uh Bohemian Grovsky. You know what I'm saying? The effigy. The Burning Man is similar to that. They say it's not, but the roots are pagan, Wiccan, and they're sacrificial. I mean, if they maybe used to burn animals, but at times of great trouble, and they would burn people. You know. But anyway, at this event now, they had all these bugs, man, come. All kinds of bugs out of nowhere. And like they're saying that like these bugs are biting people and leaving red welts. You know what I'm saying? And then they're saying, is this government weapons? And it's possible it is. Because I mean, think about the heart machine. Could the heart machine displace a certain animal? You know what I'm saying? Or steer it? Like, listen, it's going to get away from where the energy it don't like. And then it's, in essence, they can steer it. You know what I'm saying? It's possible that they could do that. It's even possible that they could have their nanotechnology, their programmable matter. Actually, they could basically spray these things with a can of aerosol, like aerosolized nanoparticles, you know, in theory. And these things, they could inhale them. And then these things would work their way into the body and work their way into the animal's brain, and then take it over and then control it that way. I mean, this is possible. This is the day we live in, the Terminator age. But this makes me think of Revelations again when it talks about the smoke of the furnace rising up, the pit being opened, right? And then you got CERN. They're talking about all this stuff. The CERN trying to crack open the dimensional, the realms, the gates. But these bugs, you know, they're down here doing this ancient sacrifice ritual, and all these bugs show up. You know, it could be that these could be judgments. You know, this could be like in Egypt, in Exodus. You know what I'm saying? This is what we might be seeing at these points. But what I had this urging inside of my spirit, man, I guess you could say, that I thought, man, I don't think these these explosions are going to end. And it seems like they're not. There's a new explosion, whether they're drills, operations, they're hoax ops, you know, because here's an old ancient art of war strategy too. It's to feign a weakness. So you attack yourself, you make it look like you're wounded, so that the other guy gets off of he lets his guard down now because he thinks that you're finished already, or it'd be easy to finish you, but and all you're really trying to do is entice someone into a fight, or you're trying to entice them in so you can strike them when they get close to finish you off. You look like you're already finished, so when they step in to finish you, then you get them while they're coming to get you. So I mean, that's how it really works. If they were gonna do something, that's probably more along the lines, because they are so tricky with their sabotage these days, dude, and their operations, man. I mean, they even got the computer, you know, helping giving them intelligence on situations. It's because it can count odds and probabilities of things. You know what I'm saying? And then that's assisting man in his conniveries, you know. But at the same time, I think there's going to come a point where these things aren't going to be man-made anymore. That it's going to be actually, it will be like an act of God. But right now, it's just them. They're trying to sell it. You know, they're trying to get everyone to jump the gun. You know what I'm saying? So in a way, they got to make a mockery of the real thing before it really goes down. And then they're hoping everyone will get all caught up in it, get all emotionally invested and worn out from, you know what I'm saying? It's the media cluster flare. I mean, this is Operation Tropic Thunder, it looks like to me. But there might be some real exchanges going on as well. But I think some of this, like especially with that Japan thing, that really did look like Operation Tropic Thunder. And then with this North Korea thing, I just think it's very suspect that a drill was going on while it happened, just like 9/11, just like the bombings in London in the subway. And I think there was even similar events where there was outbreaks of diseases in China in subways. You know what I'm saying? So there's kind of a vague connection, to this thing. And here's the key point to the whole revelations and the warnings of Jesus, of the future prophecies that were to come. Everything it was always saying, man, be not deceived, man. So it lets you know that deception is going to be at the highest level that it has ever been. There's going to be ultra deception in these days and times, and there is. I mean, so it's like, if you're deceived, don't stay deceived. You know what I'm saying? That's the game out here, because we've all been deceived. Anyone who's in the truther game, that studied the conspiracy, realizes they have been deceived many times over. That's part of your breakdown of the ego, is that you got to admit you've been deceived, and now you can start re-establishing what you know and what you think you know. I mean, that's all that fluctuates, is what you know and what you think you know. You don't want to have a lot of stuff that you think you know. You the more that you get rid of, the better you are. You know what I'm saying? And that takes, you can't just get so caught up in thinking one way that, that when something that's true and real and will put you, it'll help you narrow your view, you know what I'm saying, of on things. You know what I'm saying? You can actually get in deep, and actually analyze it, like with a microscope. Or you can stand back from afar and look at it with binoculars. You know what I'm saying? You'll have these abilities here. But see, that's the problem is out here. It's not that people don't know things. It's that the reason they don't know things is because they think they know already. So they're not looking. They're not paying attention. Or they trust someone to teach or to tell them the truth about things. And they're just too gullible. They're the gullible ones. The ones that don't go and research for yourself, or think critically about something, or, try to analyze it and see if it's even real. And then, have your doubts. It's good. I don't want to be, it's like you got to have a bit of skepticism if you're in this. If you're in this, if you don't have no skepticism, you will be someone will trip you up with something. They'll dazzle you with something, and then they'll lead you, down the wrong way easily. So I don't know, man, but best thing you can do is just I don't know, man. Just pay attention right now. The way in the Bible also, it says here is our defense against deception, is we watch. It says watch constantly. Watch unto prayer. You know what I'm saying, is what it's saying. So basically all day you watch until you start to pray. That's the only time you're not watching. And there's ways you can pray and watch. I believe personally. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way. And then you gotta love the truth, man. We all know, man, that the truth is hard to handle. It's hard to see. It's and it hurts. But it's just like, when they take out a bad tooth, man, it hurts. But in the long run, man, it'll feel better. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's going on these days, man. There's a lot of deception. That's the reason. It's the reason why I look at these things like this. Because you look at all the false flag wars, like the Gulf of Tonkin, how they had signals of Japan was going to attack before they attacked. There's a whole lot of times the military-industrial complex needs a conflict, to reinvigorate their stocks. And really, it boils down to stocks and profits and corporations. Halliburton, that's tied up. That's really what I think Spawn was. What I'm saying about Spawn, how it's connected. It's like Halliburton. You know what I'm saying? The dude was a assassin for a corporation like Halliburton, Blackwater, these types. He was a Blackwater operative, basically the Spawn guy, and he was a black guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. It's sometimes they telegraph things that are true, and other times they telegraph things that they want us to believe later that might not be totally true. So that this is the same thing. And then, like, hey, why I say Operation Tropic Thunder is because they love to mockery and make a laughing matter out of something serious.